Down there was a other set of figures the year, it told more than human beings see the chapel's communication on public print rather than in the pews. On to the yearly mission statement statistic, the Worship Society of the Chapel of England, the human beings who go to chapel one day a monthly or more than, stood at 1.1 million in 2016. Of these, 20% were by the age of 18 and 31% were elderly 70 or above. Maintenance pointed for the Yuletide time while millionth human beings visited chapel. The chapel has had the identical implementation as policy parties, how human beings are more betrothed on the internet, and it is thus hard to achieve a new auditorium in contemporary digital sale techniques. The Chapel of England's newest on the internet offer, a live video of a Christingle facility, is creature vigorously spurred to new parent harvesting in Facebook. It hopes the sale driving will roller the comparatively little numbers who pursue the chapel on its formal public print accounts. The is a little quantity, compared in the pages of reduced league soccer clubs, and the chapel's new CEO of digital communication, Adrian Harris, says he's unfeasible to aware how lot of them are already practitioner Christians. But he says Yuletide and times of anxiety or meltdown are while the chapels on the internet auditorium increases. Following the London Axle assault, the chapel share a pray pictorial in a candlelight, that Mr. Harris says was seen by more than rather than 1 millionth human beings. Detailed information of more than rather than 56,000 Yuletide services been put in the chapel's new website, enabling smartphone users to compute, amongst some things, how far they are of their near stroke of midnight massive on Yuletide threshold. Mr. Harris, whose early job includes Magical in the Prudent Side and Tesco, is unembarrassed on indicating how access the believer communication on the internet is a actual option to departure to chapel. He's else way of charming in deity, and he's sometime wherever the Chapel of England believes it must achieve human beings, yet and where they are, he says. Newcomers who do constructively visit a facility the Yuletide will be proposed a leaflet hopeful them to go behind. He's on enabling human beings to go on their belief travel via Yuletide and in 2018, says Mr. Harris. The schema has amazed Martin Sewell, a retired attorney of Rochester in Kent and term of the chapel's parliament, the General Synod. He previous complained how the C.of.E. had been sluggish off the mark in take benefit of the web. We listen anecdotally how cathedrals and though conventional services are vision and rise in youthful attenders, he says. I cannot assist but suspicion how the digital lead has thing to do in the a less scale force by two kin of Lanarkshire has created which they complained is the tertiary most famous Roman Catholic Facebook web page in the UK within a year. Mr. Mallon told the videos had a full of 3 millionth view. Several of them include flashy, clickbait-style headlines, such as, Niner Protocol How Will Changing Yours Type of the Clergy. The largest famous, on how to act in chapel, has had 500,000 traffic. In year lost on, he says, same apostles distribution the speech in any way they could. We've got it so lot facilitating currently. Sancta Family Print became a complete time transactions in the assist of the kin congregation clergyman, who allows them to job of 2 rooms in his chapel in the city of Mossend. But Mr. Mallon told worshipping could not already exist exclusively on the web. Thou canst say thou'll look a massive on the internet. The sacraments include to be available. The Chapel of Scotland set out 3 years ago to discover 100,000 new members by 2025 with the web. He recognized while he took up his job in February 2017 how lot human beings with it would not set leg in a chapel. Down there is a increasing believer auditorium on the internet who search quality assurance substance to educate their belief, he told at the period. My part is on help to ensure an on the internet society for such who include leftward the buildings and board structures far over, but not the chapel. One reason versus the story how conventional West Christian is in decrease in the UK is how human beings now select their belief, quite rather than inheritance it. If how is the instance, later churches will perhaps expend more than of their period and asset in the next competitive for focus in the really worldly area how is the web.